feature wall is a great way to add character and design to an otherwise basic wall in your room. By creating the feature wall out of wood, you can add some great texture and a beautiful organic element to your space too. The first decision to make when planning for a feature wall is where to put it. I like the idea of a feature wall where art or photography would be tricky to place. The next thing you want to decide is what material to use. We chose cedar, but pine, redwood, hemlock, and fir are other great choices. Most lumber has two different surfaces, smooth or rough sawn. They both give different looks depending on if you want something more clean lined or something with a little more texture. Since the room has a more simple design, I think the smoother side has just the right amount of texture for the feature wall. To get started, the first thing you'll need to do is remove any molding on your wall. Do this very carefully by scoring the paint and caulk with a utility knife. Then use a sheetrock mud knife and a pry bar or a hammer to carefully pry the molding from the wall without breaking it. This way you can reuse and reinstall the molding once your feature wall is in place. Next, mark your center and draw a line all the way down with a pencil and a level. Since this feature wall is going to be a simple V pattern, you'll want to divide the wall into 2 equal quadrants, so be sure to measure carefully. Then you'll want to decide on the overall angle of the boards. Keep in mind that a wider V shape will help give the illusion of a wider space, while a narrower V will help give the illusion of a taller space. Once you have your angle, you can determine your cuts. Unless you run into something like a window or a doorway, you should be able to make all these cuts to the exact same dimensions for your first run. To install the boards to the wall, use a trim gun with smaller gauge nails. These will hold the wood in place firmly, but the holes will virtually disappear. To measure around windows or doors, simply hold the piece of wood against the frame and use a level to trace out the angle you'll need to cut. Once all the wood is nailed in place, you can reinstall any crown or window molding that you may have removed. The last step is to finish the wood. I've chosen a gray wash stain which gives the wood an aged look while still showing off all the beautiful grain. A real wood feature wall is the perfect way to add character, texture, and beauty to any space in your home. For more information on projects like this, visit woodnaturally.com.